Okay. It is time to start Living World Season 3. Sorry I couldn't stream yesterday. Real life, I just had too much to do, and I just couldn't get back to the game yesterday in time to stream. We are in Holbrook. Last time we finished Heart of Thorns storyline, defeated Mordremoth, got rid of the second Elder Dragon in the storyline to take down. And when we did so, a bunch of magic shot out from his body, and some of it hit the egg that we had left in Auric Basin. We rescued Logan and Zoja, and when we rescued Logan and Zoja, they weren't in good health. Zoja was like really mentally not stable, and then Logan was just passed out. We are going now. We got a letter asking us to come to Heir Stegolgen's memorial. So, oh, that's the wrong letter. Whatever. Anyway, so here we are. We're at Heir Stegolgen's memorial, and we're gonna go ahead and see everybody cry, probably, basically, because she died during the Heart of Thorns, and we did avenge her, but yeah. So Heir's homestead will now be Heir's memorial in the game.
Hello, friend. Rest in peace, Heir. May the mountains hear her name until the end of time.
Hi, Newt.
You made it. Of course, Newt. She was a dear friend.
I don't know about that.
Let's head up. My people will be glad you're here. Some may have questions about what happened. I hope it's not why. I'm still struggling with that one myself. Aren't we all? Perhaps that's the answer Bram left to seek. He's not here. No. He arranged this and then took to the mountains. The fire inside that boy. I almost feel sorry for any of Jormag's minions he comes across. Sounds like he's working through it in true Bram fashion. Good. Make yourself at home. Your Tribune friend certainly has. Now I'll leave you to it, Commander. Speak with whomever you wish, and celebrate, or pay your respects privately. The spirit of Heir can be found in either.
Friends of Heirs. Here's all the statues Heir used to carve all the time.
But your legend will be remembered.
Oh, they're carving a statue of her, because she used to carve statues all the time of all the heroes that she looked up to. And of course there's a statue to Snaff. May the spirits guide you in this time of ending. So many of those attending have questions about Heir, but they don't want to trouble you. What events surrounded Heir's death? Recap? Is this going to be a cutscene?
I know your story.
Yes, it is.
The jungle dragon was stirring, and you carried Glint's egg to safety. I can only imagine your feelings of hope as the Pact rallied against Mordremoth. Your sorrow when they failed. You gathered your hunting party and took the fight to the heart of the jungle. The beloved hunter we celebrate today, Heir Stegolgen, was felled forever. And a revered leader sacrificed himself to help all of Tyria. Despite such great loss and overwhelming odds, you and your friends triumphed over Mordremoth. Today is a day of celebration and of mourning. Tomorrow, you will hunt new prey.
I thought it was just gonna be cutscenes from the expansion, but they actually made like a little
Yes.
cutscene that I was like an actual story or whatever. May the spirits guide you. Oh, we don't want to trouble you. What was she like as a child?
About Air as a young Norn. Almost as soon as she could walk, she showed the instincts of a hunter. But it wasn't until she was as tall as a shortbow that she met evil for the first time. She came upon Dragonspawn attacking a farm, killing an entire family. The daughter was one of Air's friends. All by herself, Air took down 3 of them. She saved an injured kid and even carried him back to Holbrook. That kid grew up to be a great skald. His name is Corvin, and his life testifies to Air's first legendary deed.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. No one knows what I was like as a child because I somehow appeared into the world as an adult. But I'm pretty sure during my imaginary Farrar days, I was pretty cool. What put her on a path to greatness?
Air had passed longbow height when she made her vow. One night, 100 Dragonspawn attacked Holbrook. Jormag's Icebrood were merciless. They brutally killed her friend Silas the Weaver, a crafter like Air herself. With Silas's blood still upon her, she swore to destroy the Icebrood and all the Elder Dragons.
Wow. Dramatic.
I'll tell you how Destiny's Edge came to be. Air met the Asura Snaf and Zojja first, here in her homestead. They came to commission a stone carving of Snaf's head. During the sittings in Radasum, they became friends. Then the 3, and Garm, returned to Holbrook together. I'll never forget how they shocked the citizens of Holbrook when they emerged from the Asura Gate. Snaf and Zojja each rode inside enormous golems with the stone heads Air had sculpted for them. They raided a frigid Dragonspawn cave, and a lasting friendship was forged amid the icy shards of bitter combat. Many Icebrood fell that day, but still, Air failed to kill Jormag's lieutenant. The 3, nay, 4, counting Garm, limped back to Holbrook, having lost their golems and their pride. In retaliation, Jormag's lieutenant sent a devastating ice storm onto Holbrook, killing many beloved residents. Newt Whitebear was beside himself with fury and banished Air until she could defeat the beast. Air went to Lion's Arch, where she spotted a small guild of criminal pit fighters known as Edge of Steel. The first battle they ever fought together, they fought against each other. In the pit, Air and her friends, calling themselves Dragonspawn's Destiny, fought Edge of Steel and won. She demanded her prize, that Edge of Steel help with the second assault on the Dragon Lieutenant. The Edge of Steel fighters had to agree. Gritlock Brimstone, Logan Thackeray, and Firstborn Kaith joined Air's cause. When Air next entered Holbrook, she was with Destiny's Edge. They went on to destroy the Dragonspawn Lieutenant. It was the first of many important battles they would fight and win together.
Wow. So impressive. Alright. Thanks for all that Air
She had him dead
info.
to rights. We all knew it. And what was he going to do? Beg? Plead? Wasn't his style. And Air wouldn't buy it anyway. So, he just jumped off the ledge. Well, she wouldn't give him the satisfaction of escape, even to his death. She shot him before he hit the ground. Damn, that Nord knew how to exact revenge.
That's
So
just
true.
like her. Thank you for that story, Tribune Brimstone.
I'm not sure why no one's ever made a tapestry of that moment. Oh, hey, good to see you, Commander.
Legendary.
You too. Spreading a little air cheer.
A statue of an Asura.
Things were getting too serious. Just ensuring they remember the right air.
Hey, you're that Gritlock Trombone, the Revenant, right?
Close enough. Now why don't you do Uncle Trombone a favor and buzz off?
Trombone.
I want to hear about the Blood Legion.
Don't you think quietly weeping in the corner by yourself would be more fun than this?
Nah, this is fine.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Zojja or Logan? I was crossing my fingers they'd be well enough to make this.
Still both laid up on my last visit.
Too bad. Mordremoth's death came with a great toll for sure.
You know, with those two out of the field, and Snaff and Air gone, and Kaith, well, there really is no Destiny's Edge anymore.
I'm sorry, Ridlock. I know how important it was to you.
But there's no sense in looking back. Maybe it's time to start again.
Another guild? Would Air...
She wouldn't want us to get caught up in her death like she did with Snaff's. Regret gets you nowhere. And Tyria would probably sleep more soundly with the Dragon Slayer at the helm of a new guild.
We could do a lot of good. It didn't go perfectly, but the small group we had was pretty capable against Mordremoth. What would we call it?
Fate's Razor!
I will not be part of a guild called Fate's Razor.
What about Dragon's Watch?
Dragon's Watch. I like that.
Can I be in it?
No.
But I've got my Uncle Beamish's magical sword!
Not yet, kid.
I've got Uncle Beamish's magical sword.
Come see this. What's going on?
It's Garm. He came home.
Oh, thank you. It's a sign.
Garm. He's filthy. He's injured. But he's determined. Poor Garm. Licking his little hurt paw. He got lost in the jungle. When Air died, Garm wasn't there. Garm wasn't with everything, so we didn't know what happened to Garm. So this is what happened to Garm. He struggled his way all the way from freaking Tangled Depths back to Holbrook. That's a long journey for a wolf to make. Also, it's funny, the when the little kid was like, Razor's Edge should be the name of the guild, and he was like, oh, I will not be part of a guild called Razor's Edge. Dragon's Watch is what we're gonna be. It's funny because I remember when this came out, they actually let players vote on the name of the new guild, and
Spirits bless this.
the new guild basically, there was I don't remember what all of the options were, but there were a bunch of options, and Dragon's Watch is what I voted for, and apparently what most people voted for. But Razor's Edge was actually what one of the options were, which is pretty funny to me. It must have gotten the least amount of votes.
Legendary.
Such craftsmanship.
Oh.
Rocks! You and Garm!
Commander, what are you doing here? What did I walk into?
A memorial for Air. You couldn't have brought a better gift.
Yeah. Nice work, soldier.
We're both tired and hungry. Wasn't expecting all this. Garm's hurt too.
Oh my.
We should get him healing as soon as possible.
What can I do to help?
I'll send for a healer. In the meantime, there's plenty of food around.
I'll do it. Rocks, you rest.
Okay. Reassure Garm. It's okay, buddy.
Garm,
Can I bring him a rabbit? It said, no. Understanding it's a peace memorial, a live bunny wouldn't be a good choice. That's funny. Here you go. Have some meat, buddy.
there you go, boy. You're home now.
Pet healer. Here's Frostbite over here. Why aren't you hanging out with Garm, Frostbite? It's funny though because Rox apparently tracked him down while he was on his way here. That's some powerful tracking, Rox.
I still can't believe it. How did you find Garm?
Tracked him from the crash site. Wasn't easy. The jungle's still crawling with Mordremoth. Some of them have come unhinged without their master's voice. Poor Garm followed Air's scent into the middle of it all. He was lucky to be alive. We both are.
Bram's going to be so happy when he gets back.
He's not here?
No, he's in the mountains blowing off some steam.
Well, I'll stay with Garm and make sure he's okay. When he's ready, we can try to catch up with Bram.
I look forward.
I'm sure the cold air will do Garm some good after all that jungle heat.
Yeah, if I never see another pocket raptor as long as I live, I'll die happy.
Come on. Let's get to what we're here for.
People complain so much about pocket raptors, so it's so funny that they threw that in there.
Spirits guide your hands.
Honor Air however I want. Okay. Hey, Elder Pet Healer. Would you mind bringing me hot water? Garm has blood and dirt caked all over him. If you could help me wash him. Okay. Where's some water? Is it inside? There we go. Water.
Who let that wolf out? It smells awful.
That's Heir's pet, Garm.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I mean, he's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, he's lovely. Aw, that's so sad. What's he doing? He's looking for her. Heir's Memorial. The only thing this beautiful work in progress needs is a bouquet of flowers at the feet. Maybe I'll gather some. Wow! They need to have me carve the statue of Heir. Oh, I guess that's...
There at a young age. You honor her. This spirit recalls the importance of the pack, and you were part of hers.
I guess the statue is actually, like, made of stone, and these ones are made out of frost. Ice, or whatever. A flower. For you, Heir. Let's see. Hello, drummer boy. Heir love music. If the spirit moves you, feel free to perform a dance in her honor. I don't want to perform a dance in her honor.
Maybe you can explain it. I still don't understand why they didn't bring Air's body back for a proper send-off.
We couldn't risk her turning. Her cub Bram took care of her himself. He honored her remains, I assure you.
I thought only Sylvari were vulnerable to Mordremoth's corruption.
No, everyone was vulnerable. Anyone, Sylvari or not, could be attached to one of their blighting trees. The trees created duplicates of people to serve Mordremoth. It was awful.
Yeah, so sad.
You know, I've always said she was destined to be the next leader of Holbrook.
I can't believe she's gone forever. She was a powerful ally, and a
A
loyal
statue
friend.
of an Asura among our legendary heroes. Odd.
It's not odd.
Wish I'd met them.
Oh. I've already talked to you, Scald.
Greetings. They say you were there when Heir met her end. What killed her?
It was a powerful dragon minion, one of Mordremoth's most dangerous. An abomination.
I heard it was the head of the Nightmare Court herself. Is that true?
She didn't deal the killing blow. That was a vicious jungle predator called a Vine Tooth.
Dun dun dun. Didn't talk to you yet, Raven Shaman.
Quick. She died in battle. There was no prolonged suffering.
That's it? Really? Well then.
Air had many of the qualities of Snow Leopard. Her
History.
stealth was renowned. You honor her well by carving this statue.
Heir's monument will be in good company.
So am I just supposed to hit all these ice things? I really don't remember all of this instance.
Bear gives us our ferocity, and Heir was loved by Bear. You do her honor and remind us of our gifts from all the spirits.
Can I still do the Raven?
Your craftsmanship does Heir honor. She was a great sculptor, drawing her inspiration and skill from Raven.
Would you like to say a few words? Sure.
Everyone, lend us your ears. The one who killed Zaitan with heirs to Gawkin would like to say a few words.
We've all lost people we loved, and the pain of that can be distracting. But we can't let the pain stop us from moving forward without them. Without her. Instead, we honor, celebrate her life. The gift that she was. Heir is a part of me. A part of us all. How do we dignify that? By living the rest of our own lives larger, better, bolder. We love, we laugh, we defend our world, and we fight for what is right. We do what she would have done. Homesteaders, hunters, heroes all, to Heir!
To
Heir.
May the mountains hear her
To
name.
a bright
Nicely
warrior
done.
and
To
friend.
Heir.
Join her and the great spirits.
Commander, this just arrived for you.
A letter just got here in my mail. Also, why did... Oh, she just wants... This Scald keeps wanting me to watch this recap again. I guess they're really proud of it. Let's see. Timey, quick, come to Rodenovis. Hi, hi, hi. I've got something fantabulous to show you. Get here as soon as you can. There's a gate set up in Rodasum, but it's top secret. Fortunately, you know me. Go to Rodasum and look for the Adventure Aid ZK496I Golem. It knows to let you in. Sure. I can do that.
Looks like I'm off to Rodenovis. Ritlock, care to follow?
Sure, but I need to take care of something on the way. Or rather, tell someone I won't be taking care of something. Never mind. I'll meet you there.
Sure. Rox, Ritlock talked me into founding a new guild. It'd be great to have you. And pass the invitation on to Bram when you see him. Actually,
Wish I'd met them. Spirits.
I'll do it
bless
in
this
person.
endeavor.
I don't want him to think we're merely replacing Destiny's Edge after his mother's death.
I get it.
It's all
And I
so
think he will too, when the time's right.
Dragon's Watch. You didn't even tell her the name of it was Dragon's Watch. You gotta actually tell her these things, dude. How's she supposed to join a guild she doesn't know the name of? Karma. Liquid karma. Is that something like liquid courage? Alright. So we did it. We honored Heir. Yay, Garm is safe. Yay, we started a new guild called Dragon's Watch. Cool. Now to Rodasum.
Big and mean, but he likes to lick my
And for anyone who actually loves Aristogalgan, don't worry, she does get brought up again, even though she's dead. Just because she's not my favorite character doesn't mean someone out there doesn't love her to pieces. I know I've met a couple of people who really, really liked her, so... I think she looks cool. I think Garm's cool. I think Garm's like the coolest part about her. But she herself, like the voice acting and the like storyline for her or whatever, I wasn't really that into. Anyway. You are recognized, Liledium. Please proceed through the gate here. Where does it go? I am not authorized to answer that question aloud, and I do not have a telepathic ability yet. Please proceed. Your safety is relatively assured. How do you like my robot voice? Research in Rada Novus. Hello, researcher.
1 second, please.
Security breach detected.
Gollum, what are you doing?
Responding with full force.
No, this is not happening. Stop! Hold! Cease! Desist!
Unidentified intruder does not fulfill tech requirements. Prepare for terminate.
Does not fulfill height requirements.
Poor baby. It'll take me months to repair you now.
Why did I have to do that? Also, Ritlock showed up. Hi, Timey!
Timey! Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. All this crunchy old tech's been overstimulated by the influx of magic. Glad you're here.
Yeah, I got your letter.
Funny, I also sent one to this guy, but he barely made it.
Your note failed to mention how to navigate this Asuran playground.
He got lost trying to find the lab. I had to follow the non-stop stream of Charr expletives to track him down.
City of the future, my tail.
That's funny.
It's good to see you. I was so happy when I saw your mission was a success. But then I heard about Marshal Traherne.
He saved us all. His sacrifice won't soon be forgotten.
But there's good news too. Ritlock says we're starting a new guild. So exciting!
Glad you're on board.
Of course you are! Someone has to be the brains. Haha, kidding. In all seriousness though, I suspect some of the things I'm working on in this place will come in very handy.
How have you been doing here?
Great! It's fantastic! Well, it was before every Asura and their Grand Mentor showed up.
At least you have a lot of hands to pitch in at the Dragon Lab.
What do you mean, Commander? I've never heard of this room you describe. Keep it down about the Dragon Lab. I don't want anyone finding out about it. Especially...
Hello, progeny.
Counselor Flunt, how lovely to see you. I'm so pleased you didn't end up on a Chalk's breakfast menu this morning.
You can stow the dim insults. They'll never be clever enough to wound me. Now, have there been any new developments today?
Why, none that I can think of.
Allow me to warn you about keeping secrets from me, progeny. My wrath is as fierce as my intellect.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. I wouldn't dream of hiding something from you, Counselor. I'm totally hiding something from him.
Of course you
I'm
are.
there now, but not the way you know. We're going through the gate. I've configured it to appear as if we're going to the command center, but we're really going to you-know-where. Except there's a catch. You have to outsmart the security measures.
You're joking, right?
Not this time. Give it a shot and I'll observe. See if you can crack the code. I'll give you a hint. Do exactly as you're told.
Okay. The console appears old, but it's obviously been cleaned up. Attempt to solve the puzzle.
Unidentified user. Security measures activated.
Circle.
Must be love. More like marriage. Ow! System reset.
What? Oh, I must have not done it right. What? X. Circle. Oh, diamond. I hit square.
Enter passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete.
5?
Phase 2 commencing now.
Okay. Diamond, X, circle.
Enter passcode. Phase 2 complete.
X, diamond, square, circle.
Enter passcode. Phase 3 complete.
Circle, square, X, diamond.
Enter passcode. Phase 4 complete.
Dot, triangle, square, diamond, circle, X.
Enter passcode.
It's like literally just a rundown of the whole.
Final phase complete. Passcode accepted. Gate relay 04687 activated.
That's our cue. You cracked the code. Let's go.
Cool, let's go! Entering the gate! I beat you into it. Hey, like that, Timey.
Sorry to put you through that.
Wait.
I need to keep people who may or may not be named Flaunt out of here.
Where's Ritlock? Oh, there he is.
Now that the subterfuge is out of the way, can we get to what you called us here for?
Yes, this is a replica of the leyline energy map we found outside of Charr. I've been tracking the movement of magic since Mordremoth's death. It's been in total chaotic flux. Here, there, everywhere. See, that dot is the egg chamber. It lit up like a Lunar New Year firework after the dragon went bye-bye. But as you can see here, the egg's doing great.
What are we looking at? A feed of the egg chamber?
Yeah, the Exalted and the Rodonovans shared a ton of information. They must have helped them design their security system.
And then you broke into it?
No, I utilized it to check on the egg.
So you broke into it.
Hey, we're all friends, right? I don't think they'd mind. Maybe just don't mention it around any floaty gold people.
Do you have access to surveillance all over Charr?
Back to the leyline map. So this other point is... Huh, that's new. The northern bloodstone dot is flaring up. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
The spot where Mordremoth died looks like it's cooling down a little.
Yeah, a lot of that energy's been put back into the system. I'm trying to model its patterns, but this map isn't built for detailed readings. Yet. In the meantime, look at this.
Alright, I'm looking. Do I have to actually interact with it?
What is it?
No, just get close.
Shoot my own warbler or anything, but I killed a chalk or two in my time alone here. Since the others don't know about this place, I couldn't ask to have defenses installed, so they pop up every once in a while when the lab's drawing a lot of power. Exactly, get 'em.
Like those?
That sound makes my teeth ache. Timey, you gotta stop eating cookies in your lab.
I think they smell the organ I harvested. Might be one of their kin.
More incoming. It ain't nap time yet.
Soon it will be. I'm too good at murder. Alright. One more. Boom. We did it.
You exterminate. Don't worry about their goo. I'll clean that up later.
Oh, I have to actually talk to you now? Oh my
Anyway,
gosh.
this thing is some sort of organ I found in one of the larger ones. It's part of their digestive system, and as you know, they feed on ley energy, so it got me curious.
Any valuable findings yet?
None I can explain right now. I ran some ley energy through it, and it came out different on the other side.
Different?
I'm not really sure how just yet. It was barely measurable with the equipment I have. I need to develop some other device to actually observe the phenomenon.
What's that sludge you're keeping it in?
Blighting pod fluid. Remember that stuff? It has wonderful preservative and even restorative properties.
Fluid? From the blighting pods? The things that made horrible Mordrem abominations out of corpses?
So you do remember it?
Timey, do you think maybe that might be a bad idea?
You worry too much. In research, there's no reward without risk. If I'm gonna stay one step ahead of everyone outside this lab, I have to take a lot of risks. But one thing I can't risk is staying away from the main lab too long. It arouses suspicion. Let's go.
Yeah.
I got your back. You first.
What's up here? Eavesdropping device activated. Touch each time you want to hear a short snippet from the other room.
Don't worry about Timey beating us to it. Flunch assures me he has her under his thumb. From what I hear, Timey has an advantage. I'd excel if I had Zoja as a mentor too.
Did you see where Timey and that odd crew of hers went?
The humans are all abuzz about some group called the White Mantle. They're so short-sighted.
I didn't capture it all, but I got some of the data in their crew notes. There's another Charr here. That's multiple in one day. How odd. I'm going to sneak a look at Timey's equipment. Watch my back. Poor Claire. Stuck out here without her golem? I don't know how she does it.
Timey? Yeah, cute as a bug. If my son were here, I'd introduce them. Imagine the progeny.
The leader of the Vigil? Oh my, she's quite impressive.
Don't tell him, but I secretly call him Blunt, because he is. Timey got a raw deal on that waypoint device.
I heard Zoja scrambled, drooling. Explains why Timey is out here on her own.
Cool. Okay. Well, now that I listened to all of these Asura gossip with each other, and eavesdropped on their, mischief, let's go!
Stand down. It's just I was told I'd find the Pact commander here. Anyone?
Buster!
Hey, Almora!
General Soulkeeper, this is quite a surprise. What brings you to Rhodonomus?
You do, Commander. I've come here to offer you a new position within the Pact. The marshal rank is, vacant. And we want you to fill it.
This is an honor.
I'm glad you view it in that light. The Pact is hanging on by a thread.
I see.
I can tell you're having your doubts, so let me just be upfront about the role. Certain Pact elements feel like Marshal Trahern's mistake was going out into the field and getting himself killed. The new Marshal would be planted safely in an office in Lion's Arch, still leading the troops, but out of harm's way.
As flattered as I am by your offer, I'm going to have to respectfully decline, General. After our Mordremoth battle, I believe I, Ridlock, and the others would be more effective operating as our own guild.
I understand the decision on your early retirement, although I'm disappointed. I still believe in the Pact's goal.
I do too. and I'll always be ready to lend a hand. It'll just be outside the system.
Out from under a mountain of paperwork, you mean?
Laugh it up, No Eyes. I have something for you, too. A letter from the Black Citadel. You must have really brushed some higher-ups the wrong way.
Are you sure you want to just crumple that up and throw it away?
Why not? It's what I did with the last two.
What did I hear? You're not in the pact anymore? Wait, what do I call you? Uba?
No. How about we just stick with Commander for now?
Technically, it's a title for life, so you're welcome to it.
Title for life.
What was that?
Quick, let's go see what's happening.
What is happening?
Protect the counselors! Run! It's a crazy Silvari!
Is that another one of your friends?
Canuck! What you doing in here?
What happened?
I came in through the caves because I couldn't find the gate. I wasn't expecting such an enthusiastic welcome.
Did you see that? Flaunt was so mad, even his fleas jumped ship. Canuck, you're my hero.
Why the surprise visit?
I'm here answering the call.
But Mordremoth's dead. We killed...
Oh, it's not the Jungle Dragon's call. This time it's Anis's.
Still holds your billet, huh?
She does. But certain messy events have transpired, and I'm assured that if I clean them up, my billet will be released, and I'll once again be free from any yoke.
How can I help?
Minister Codicus recently left the Queen's protective custody. He sent me and a squad of Shining Blade to help the good minister find his way back to Divinity's Reach.
Any idea on his whereabouts?
There's been a flare-up of White Mantle activity in northern Maguma, and intel points to him possibly heading there.
That's the crazy magical hotspot we saw, up by the Bloodstone.
I thought the minister claimed to not be in bed with those Mersat lovers.
Didn't we all?
Ritlock, get word to the others. Marjorie might be getting a little restless in Divinity's Reach and want in on the action.
Commander, if you like, you can hitch a ride on my airship. It's on our way. We can drop you off.
Now that's an offer I can't turn down, General.
Perfect. I'll grab my Shining Blade detachment and meet you there.
Nice. Hello, Canuck. What a day, huh? It's almost enough to make a person feel unwelcome. Yeah, before I go, tell me what you know about the White Mantle. The Queen in Divinity's Reach has her royal pantaloons in a bunch. Humans have a history with the White Mantle, you know. It's not been pretty to watch. Anise has her hatchet face on. I slept through human history class. Can I ask you questions? You can ask, I'll tell you what I know. What I do know is pretty juicy. What's the White Mantle's background? They used to rule Kryta long ago. They worshipped ancient beings called Mersat, who were powerful magic users. The White Mantle were their pawns. Tell me about the Mersat. Long-lived, magical, mean to the bone, and extinct. Krytans wiped them out, won the war, and took back the kingdom under Queen Salma's leadership. I've heard they're trying to resurrect one. If they succeed, it won't be pretty. The White Mantle lost the war, so where have they been for 200 years? Underground, somewhere well hidden, since everyone seems surprised to see them. My guess is they've been hiding in plain sight, waiting for their moment. They've got gold behind them, though. Does the Countess know who's funding them? No, but those ruins around Drytop weren't so fancy, so I'm guessing it isn't from their own treasury. Yeah, it's Codicus. Why are the White Mantles suddenly so active? I have a theory. If they've been biding their time and rebuilding their numbers and influence, then it would be smart to attack when the enemy is engaged in a multi-front war with dragons. Good strategy. Go on. Plus, our allies, the Pact and Sylvari, have been greatly weakened, and we can't discount the increase in magic. Everything I know about them indicates that they're creepy magicers. Okay, I have another question. How serious is this threat? Truth is, I'd be surprised if this were an empty threat. You don't wait a couple hundred years to fizzle out like a wet fuse. I'm going to guess they got big plans that won't make Kryta happy. Alright. One last thing. What's happening with your billet? Her Grace the Countess has said I'll have earned it back if I'm successful on the mission. She certainly knows how to motivate me. Alright, time to go. Thanks, my friend. Hi, Elmora.
Let's get underway.
Yes. Let's. Oh, here we go. Traveling to Bloodstone Fen. I remember the first time I saw this cutscene, too.
Commander's destination ahead. Looks like we're in for quite a ride.
We're not flying into that scramble, are we?
By gods, grow a backbone. Scared of a little weather?
A little weather. That looks like a lot of weather.
All hands, full reverse.
An explosion that turned into an implosion.
On your feet. We survived. Somehow.
Dun dun. All right. Officially to Bloodstone Fen. Hello.
Our forward propulsion shorted out. What was that?
I think. It's hard for me to actually say, but I think a bloodstone just exploded.
A bloodstone? Then how are we still alive?
Good question. But others might not have been so lucky. I'm going down to scout for survivors, see if I can piece together what happened and why the blast reversed itself.
Watch your back and let me know what you find out. We'll try to get this bird running again.
Canuck was supposed to meet me here. Hope he and his troops were out of range.
Alright, so now we gotta search a whole bunch of stuff, which is fine by me because I want to explore anyway. But before we do that, there's a vendor in here in the airship. And if you've never been here, you can get empowerments here, which I never really put a lot into. Most of these empowerments, but the biggest thing is getting the portal tome and the portal scroll. You get a new currency in the Living World Season 3 called Unbound Magic. Unbound Magic is pretty good. You can use it to buy a lot of stuff. I wouldn't recommend buying it here though. The best place to buy it, in my opinion, is Ember Bay. In most people's opinion. You can also use it to buy tributes for the Generation 2 legendaries. But the biggest thing, well, and obviously some mini pets and stuff, but the biggest thing is get the portal scroll because you can teleport back here for free anytime you want. So even if you left to go do something else, you can just teleport right back. This map, Bloodstone Fen, is one of my favorite from Living World Season 3. You gain a bunch of gliding skills that you also have to get, but I already have them. But that vendor would have it for you. So like if I come out here, I have gliding skills now and abilities. So I can like heal myself with number 4. I can, like number 5 is a dash forward. I can attack stuff on the ground with number 2 and number 3. Number 1, all of those are attacks. So it's kind of cool. The other thing is this place has tons of updrafts and traps in the air and stuff. It's basically a gliding heaven. It's also a really fun place to be on a griffin mount. But Bloodstone Fen counts as Heart of Maguma. So if you have the free teleport to come here, and you get a daily where it's like, oh, do Heart of Maguma, like, gathering or whatever, you can just come to Bloodstone Fen and grab it, and it's a lot smaller, more compact area, so it's easy to gather in. The vistas are really easy to get to, so if you want to do your Heart of Maguma dailies, you can just come to Bloodstone Fen and do them, and it's really nice that way. But this character's very first time coming here, so obviously we got a lot of exploring and investigating to do. Plus, that's what we have to do for the storyline anyway, is go looking around for stuff. It says we gotta go to down below, so we're gonna go down below. The other thing is, you get a ton of bloodstone dust here from gathering the bloodstones. And there's another vendor down here on the ground, and this vendor is amazing because when you talk to this vendor...
Members of the pact.
Oh, story started. One sec. When you talk to this vendor, you can get ascended gear.
Commander, are you still alive?
And it's one of the best...
They've been consumed by bloodstone magic.
One second.
They deserve a better fate.
Okay. Story.
I fully expect us to expire here.
Interfering. This is one of the best places to get ascended gear that is backpacks, pendants, rings, because you can use this capacitator right here to change the stats. Most ascended gear, when you craft it or you get it from like a raid or a fractal or whatever, most of the ascended gear you have to actually drop it in the Mystic Forge with like a rune or a sigil or whatever of the things that you want. Not a rune or a sigil, oh my gosh, the things that you craft armor and weapons with. Inscriptions and whatever they are. Anyway, you have to throw them in the Mystic Forge with stuff and materials, and it's kind of like a big waste. So being able to get yourself some ascended gear right here that you can just change stats on whenever you feel like is a lot better until you get legendaries. Once you get legendaries, obviously you can change stats anytime you want, because that's part of having a legendary. Like right here, like for instance, I've got this amulet, right? This one's pretty easy to get. You just do the return to achievements, which are pretty fun to do anyway. But like you can customize, you can take out and put in, you know, infusions anytime you want. You can pick the stats anytime you want right here. For ascended gear, you can't do this. You have to put it in the Mystic Forge or else use this vendor. So until you get legendary gear, this guy right here is really nice because you just farm Unbound Magic and Bloodstones and you can just do whatever. Anyway, time to do some story. I couldn't do anything for them. The blast rotted their core. It's unlike anything I've seen. Any attempts at reversing the damage is futile.
It made me see horrible things. They got in my head. He turned my own fears against me.
You need to calm yourself and rest.
I'm afraid to close my eyes. I see them still inside my head. They're inside me.
Wow. Dramatic. Okay. The damage is futile. Nothing helped? Just a little? Nothing. They're gone, Commander. Shells of their former selves, driven by an unquenchable thirst for more power. It pains me to say it, but I fear the only treatment is death. Was Marisha hit with the blast? She doesn't seem enraged like the others. No, she was outside the blast with the rest of us. Whatever she was struck with was different. She is still herself, but suffering so much. She's called for treatment, as it were. Thanks for the info. Squad Leader Bennett. Glad you made it, Commander. Oh, I thought the blast took you out. Replay cap the White Mantle's origins? Sure.
The Mersat preyed upon the weak and impressionable, who in turn worshipped them as gods. Calling themselves the White Mantle, these converts sacrificed innocents and toppled the Crichton monarchy. The chaos they inflicted on Tyria was short-lived. They were eventually crushed, and their scattered remnants went into hiding. But pockets of their fanatical followers have been operating in the shadows ever since.
Dun dun dun. It's kind of funny because this little section right here is actually where you're introduced to a raid, and the raid that you're introduced to is actually a really fun one. But basically, it's a raid that came out with this content, and it's based on like the bloodstone crazedness and everything. Anyway, what happened in Forsaken Thicket?
Tell me what happened to your squad.
Our platoon was on recon. We found something at the north edge of Verdant Brink, so we pitched camp. The plan was to scout the area at dawn, so we turned in for the night. Then everything went to torment in a town cart. There was an explosion, then screams. I grabbed my gear and ran out of the tent. I saw one of my men lit up like a winter's day bonfire. Sabbatha and her lackeys torched everything, laughing as they went. And then blackness. I woke up with a splitting headache, caged like a dog. Kept my mouth shut and just watched them. After a few days, I told them I was ready to talk. Said I'd cooperate in exchange for the safety of my troops. Told them they could use me for hard labor or experimentation, didn't matter. I'd made my peace with Grenth. I was taken deeper inside, thrown in a pen with some others. They deprived us of food and water. Let their dogs snarl at our cages. At night, we heard the other prisoners begging for their lives before being cut open. The sky would light up and I would hear chanting over and over. I'm sorry, Commander. It stuck with me.
So the Forsaken Thicket, what he's talking about is the raid, and raids in this game are actually like, so these areas that are like this, they're explorable areas that are essentially like places you can go to. This right here is a guild hall,
Keep it together, soldier.
but these ones are raids.
You're kidding, right? Look at what the Jade Men did to her. And all this magic. There's too much. What are we going to do?
Let's take it one step at a time. Right now, you need to breathe.
So the Forsaken Thicket is one of them where you can go, and like for instance, he said that there was a lady laughing and stuff. She's one of the bosses in the raid. So.
What are you doing here?
After you rescued me, I notified the Queen about Salvation Pass. Then I regrouped with my squad and chased some White Mantle here.
So you were here for the blast?
Craziest thing. It exploded, then imploded. Like when you're a kid and you dangle spit from your mouth, then suck it back in.
I never did that.
Sure, me neither. But you know what I mean. When the explosion reversed, it was like it pulled at my soul.
Spit dangling from your mouth and then sucking it back in. Not gonna lie, I did do that when I was a kid. Okay, so there we go. So now we can run around exploring and going to these other scout spots that we need to go to. So this area, Bloodstone Fen, the map is full of White Mantle cultists and then Bloodstone crazed troops, and then at night it fills with like ghosts. So during the day you fight a lot of White Mantle and stuff, but during the night you fight a lot of ghosts. The other thing that there is essentially jade construct guys that are made out of bloodstone jade. So they're like bloodstone red, but they're like mean. They're pretty mean. The bad guys here can be mean just in general anyway. Why am I in this corner? I want to go this corner. I don't want to fight all you guys just for some muscles. Yay, Salvation Springs. Cool. But essentially, they're trying to let you know that in the raids you can see more storyline and you can see more about what happened with some of the stuff. There are training raids in this game. I used to raid quite a bit couple of years ago, but I haven't raided in a long time.
White mantle, but they're different.
The magic is mine.
Be ready to run.
Lots of static when Timey tries to call. Okay. Bloodstone crystals. This is the kind of stuff you want, because you want to get bloodstones. Now, I already have everything I need from this area, so the unbound magic isn't something that I need to farm, or the bloodstones, you know, like I have some legendary, and then I don't have all legendary, but I have enough that it's fine. And I had some leftover rings from like fractals and stuff, so. But I still like to gather it because I always need more bloodstone dust. And also, blood rubies you can turn into more unbound magic, and I do use unbound magic sometimes to just like buy materials and stuff. Like crafting materials. Also, in here can be a treasure mushroom. And most of the treasure mushrooms are all in normal Heart of Thorns maps, but this treasure mushroom right here, he's like an extra bonus treasure mushroom. Ancient sapling. But yeah, I really like to. I have always, ever since this map first came out, it's always been one of my favorite like wander around gathering maps. Because it's so compact. Now, something you can do if you want to jump somewhere fast, but you don't know for sure where it'll be, but you know it'll be up high. These rifts right here teleport you to like a bunch of people killing. Like, you know, basically because of the explosion and the rifts, stuff got displaced, and sometimes it's just animals, sometimes it's elemental guys who are like turned into bloodstone branded guys. Anyway. Let's see, we're supposed to come over here, I think. Plus, there's a vista on this, and probably a point of interest. Ooh, and a waypoint. I forgot about this waypoint. Give me the waypoint! Gotta be careful, because sometimes there's like a trillion baddies in there. Another ancient sapling. Alright. So those little purple circles floating in the air, each one of those is a little bit of unbound magic. So you can actually go around gathering unbound magic by like gliding around, or if you have a flying mount, flying around. Alright. I'm sure there's a point of interest probably in here. Plus it's got my exploration telling me to go in here. It's full of evil ghosts though. Whatever.
The blast released spirits. They may be sacrificial victims of the White Mantle. My ancestors reviled those evil badgers. They tried to exterminate my ancestors, but tortured their own people as well. These spirits were twisted by what they went through.
Yeah, don't torture people. Seems like a good methodology. Alright, there's also a flax farm here. So there was a flax farm in Tangled Depths and in Verdant Brink. Well, now on here is a flax farm. So 2 of them are down. Plus you can gather a bunch of other stuff on here too, but 2 of the flax are down here. So they're on the like side of this big piece of rock or whatever. And then 3 of them are up here. Gotta watch out for these little babies because they explode and can knock you off of platforms. Ooh, before I gather those 3. Bloodstone dust, give to me. So in total, this big giant huge platform has 5 on it. So this big platform that's like right here. And if you come a little further along these tall platforms, so we're like really high. Like you can see really far down below us. There's another 3, there's 2 on this one, and then there's always 1 on the tallest one. And the tallest one also has diving goggles on it, so you'll know you're there and you've gotten the last flax when you see the diving goggles. I've already gotten this achievement, but if you need them, you gotta climb all the way up to here. Boo. That's it. I need a point of interest that's right here, it says. I need a vista that's over here. Maybe I should go get that vista because it says I'm on level with it. And the other one is below me. Well, now it says I'm on level with it too. Well, whatever. This is also one of my favorite maps to map complete because it's not that complicated to map complete. There's not a lot to it, and there's no hearts on this one. And maps with no hearts are always a little easier to map complete. Alright, let's go to the platform.
A large chunk of the bloodstone still intact. And these foul things. This bloodstone must have been larger than anyone imagined. What could have caused it to explode?
Fairly deadly blast.
Are we not worried at all about what in the world Timey's trying to tell us? Let's continue my search for survivors. What? I was there. I already went there. Treasure mushroom. Speaking of the treasure mushroom that I was recently explaining about. Way over there. Okay. Treasure mushroom. Yay! I got there in time to get some hits. And some bags of loot from a Scrit. Nice. Bounce away! The rift's not here anymore. I can get this palm tree. Hehehe. Okay. I already discovered these guys, but I gotta come back over here.
I've never seen an explosion collapse on itself like that. Magic was inches from my face, and then it suddenly shot into the ground. You think a dragon was responsible?
I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm here to investigate. I want to get into that crater and find out why the blast reversed, and where the magic went.
Easier said than done. The area is swarming with White Mantle. We sent a patrol, but only one soldier made it back, and she's, not well.
What's wrong with her?
She was hit with magic unlike any we've seen. On the outside, she's fine, but it twisted her inside something fierce. She can barely move. She's been raving about floating purple stone monsters ever since she got back.
Stone creatures? That rings a White Mantle bell. Can you reach the Priory and see what they know about them?
Sure thing, Commander.
Have you seen Canuck?
Who?
He's a Sylvari. Tough, but well-spoken. Medium build, a bit cranky.
Can't say that I have. But I did see Kaith run through here like a centaur on fire. She wouldn't stop for anything. Just hauled tail through the war zone and was gone like that.
Thank you. I'll let the General know you're down here.
Yeah, why is Kaith here? She trying to steal another egg? If I remember correctly, we finally get some closure about that. No. Can't be mounted if I want to use a bouncy mushroom. Yeah, bouncy mushrooms. Ooh. That's how you get back up to the airship, if you don't have a flying mount. General Almora Soulkeeper. I'm here.
Is it as bad as it looks down there?
It's not good. White Mantle hidden the blast are mad with hunger for magical energy. They gather any scrap they can find.
The White Mantle? Could they have done this? And to what end?
I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment gone wrong. Maybe it was supposed to empower all of them and it went awry.
Whoever it was, we owe them our gratitude. That blast would have hit Lion's Arch, and they just rebuilt the place.
I'd hold off on the thanks until we know what their motive is. There's a pack squad down there. They've already established a camp and are trying to get a foothold in the area.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, it's not all good news. Some other pact members were also caught in the blast.
Just what the Pact didn't need. More dead soldiers.
They're not dead, but they've been twisted by bloodstone magic, just like the White Mantle.
They don't deserve that. They deserve peace.
I understand. I'd want the same if the roles were reversed.
Thank you, Commander.
Continue investigation.
Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun.
That looks valuable.
Timy's little hints at something.
Come in. Can you read me, Commander?
Loud and clear, Jackie.
Hey.
Finally, there's been tons of magical interference. Been difficult to get a clean line to you. Okay, I've been going over some data coming in from the blast area, and one thing stands out. The people who were within the blast radius who, survived, they need to consume the magic to live, but the magic's also driving them more and more insane.
That must be why I've seen them snatching up bloodstone shards.
Then they have to have a way to harvest the magic inside. I wonder how.
I'll track down where they're taking the shards for harvest and see what they're using. Commander, over.
Did you mean Commander out? It's okay. Communicator protocol takes a little getting used to. Timey out.
What are they doing with bloodstone fragments? They're empowering themselves. So this map has two major meta events or whatever on it. There's Hablion, and then there's a Jade Construct army. And technically there's another one where there's like 5 different white mantle bosses that's down here on the ground. But the Jade Construct army and the Ghost of Hablion are more popular. But technically you can also do the meta event. So I guess there's 3 metas. No, get him. Get in range to hit him. I need credit for this guy, for my story.
Come in, Timey. I've liberated the artifact.
Only thing to do now is try it out. You should be able to harvest bloodstone nodes and fragments scattered by the blast.
There we go. I already could because I've already done this story, but there you go. If you hadn't done the story yet, that's how you start being able to harvest bloodstone.
Bennett, any update on the creature that hospitalized your scout?
We finally got a message from Priory headquarters. Hard to get a pigeon to fly through a magical storm in one piece. The description of these stone men matched an ancient weapon the Mordremoth and White Mantle used before the Crichton Civil War. They're called Jade Constructs. They were the Mordremoth's primary martial units.
Floating constructs. That sounds similar to the Exalted.
That's because they're using ancient magic from a similar origin. Or at least that's my current theory, Poobah.
Did your backpack just call you Poobah, Commander?
It's a long story. Go on, Timey.
There was a time, way back, when the Seers and the Mordremoth shared a lot of info. Why do you think they're all so floaty?
So is there anything that'll keep me alive in a fight against these Jade things?
Remember that magical protection I told you about? That should work against Jade Constructs, too. It was based on Seer research that Zinn, the founder of Rada Novus, performed during the Crichton Civil War. I highly suggest mastering it before you get in a smashy scenario with one of those Jade brutes. Good luck, time me out!
I hope so, but it doesn't look good.
So what she's talking about is masteries. So up until here you had like Tyria mastery and you had, Heart of Thorn masteries. You know, stuff like this, right? Well, during Living World Season 3 is when you got your ancient magics, and it's considered a Heart of Thorns section because you still use Heart of Thorns mastery points for it, but this counter magic right here is magical abilities. You can counter them. So if I stand in, like, say, a really bad thing, you'll see a pop-up right here. And it happens with any Bloodstone crazed thing. So there's Bloodstone crazed, like, bosses in the base game Tyria and stuff now as well. Or in Heart of Thorns in Verdant Brink or Tingle Depths, you can get a Bloodstone crazed wyvern. So there's these Bloodstone crazed creatures, and they also have the same thing where you can essentially use that ability and it reflects the bad back to them. Lots of people doing this event, but I'm sorry guys, I'm not gonna help you. I got other things to do. I usually stop and help other players, but not right this second. Because I gotta get this, and then I gotta go down into the crater. Into the deep, dark depths. This map also is one of my favorites because it's just so different. Like, I like games that don't give me a ton of visual burnout, and I feel like this game is good at that. Like, things look similar enough that you can tell they're part of the same area, but they look different enough that it's like, oh yeah, even though this is the same part of the global world, it's definitely a new feeling place. So this crater is very, very deep. So far down. Still falling. All right. Okay, it wants me to go in there, but first I'm gonna gather some bloodstone. And also, you can see this is all browned out, this lower level, and I don't want it to be browned out. I want to discover it. Whoops, no! That's not a good way to do so. Ugh. Time to fall again. Can't believe I just did that. Accidentally didn't pay attention and landed in a rift. Foolish. So foolish. Alright, let's fall again. Whee! Oh, that person... Oh, they got that. Wow, they didn't go through the rift. Well, whatever. Let's see. I want this Vista. And I want this point of interest. And I want some bloodstone crystals.
That looks valuable.
And then this waypoint, and then that's it. Whoops, I didn't want to go inside the bloodstone. No thank you. I'll get this bloodstone crystal though. Alright. So see, it's a pretty quick map to discover because it doesn't have a ton of point of interest. It only has like 3 vistas and like only a few waypoints. Like it's very the rift's not there anymore. Whoa! No! No! White mantle scum. I fell through the hole there. Also, I need birthday cake. Alright. Upward to the waypoint. Because it's not actually on the bottom. If I remember right, it's over by the entrance to the raid. It's right up you. Yes, it is. It is by the raid. Whee! Map completion for Bloodstone Fen. And I got a key! Haha! That's lucky. Don't need those. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that yet. There we go. Sure, good enough. There, my bags are less chaotic. Okay, let's go to the story instance. There is a limit on how many unbound magic orbs you can get in a day, but I think it's like pretty high. It's like 50 or something like that, or 100, or I don't know. I don't remember the number at all, but I do remember.
It looks like there are magical scorch marks leading this way.
I do remember there's a limit and that it's decently high. But you can't just infinitely log on to more and more characters and gather infinite amounts of unbound magic by flying around. You have to actually do like events and stuff. Or stuff in other Living World Season 3 maps. All of the Living World Season 3 maps use unbound magic, but Bloodstone shards are specific to Bloodstone Fen. So each one of the Living World Season 3 maps works that way, where the unbound magic is universal to the maps, but each one has its own unique currency / crafting material that you can also consume to create more unbound magic. No! That works. Here's the room.
Who's there?
Keith.
It's me, Commander.
Kate. Bennett said he saw you.
Are you...
Trying to figure out why the explosion reversed itself and the trail led me here. Look at these marks. Could these have been made by a torrent of magic?
Possibly. You think something or someone was behind this? Or was it a natural disaster?
Seems like an awfully odd natural disaster. You saw what happened, right?
I've recently learned to not always rely on my senses. They can betray you.
This pedestal seems to be the nexus of it all. Let's look around and see if...
Trevor!
Incoming!
Did you see that?
That bloodstone explosion seemed to trigger some sort of magical echo.
I couldn't really tell what was happening.
Let's find some more bloodstone and see if we can recreate it. Get a clearer picture. This could give us an insight on why the blast reversed itself.
You can see all these shapes of like people who got destroyed. Like the ash of what's left of their bodies.
Just a bunch of weapons.
Are you sure about that? Because they're glowing.
Yeah, they're gonna be bad. See? They're gonna be bad weapons.
That was unexpected.
Was it?
Hold my I told you so.
You didn't, though. By saying that, you did say I told you so. Whatever.
How did you end up down here?
I was returning from the grove when I saw the explosion on the horizon. I wasn't going to leave it uninvestigated.
Good work getting this deep into the crater. Must have been moving like a shadow out there.
It's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Sure is what you do.
Kate, over here.
What, no dialogue?
Some bloodstone pieces next to this staircase. Guess this is how someone would get down here to do whatever it is our test hopefully reveals.
I guess I really wanted it to be a natural disaster. Didn't want to think about someone tinkering with so much power.
Mm-hmm.
What was your business in the grove?
I was visiting the Pale Tree.
How is she after Mordremoth's death?
Ailing, but recovering. Although not well enough to give me the guidance I needed.
Sorry to hear that.
It's... back to the task at hand. Those explosions exposed some more bloodstones.
Bloodstone under this table.
Oh. It's an anomaly, man. That's the other thing that came out with Living in World Season 3 was the Leyline anomaly boss. He's still one of the best bosses in the game. I believe we did him on this character. Way back when he was in base game Tyria, running around doing stuff. We didn't do all the world bosses, but I think we did do him. At some point, I'm gonna do like a world boss run with him, and just do like a whole ton of world bosses. Alright. This piece of paper seems barely touched by the destruction. It looks as if someone was taking notes during a conversation or translating a coded message. Trial 33, complete failure. Received orders to increase output. Results demanded soon, or what? Or else. The rumbling of a dissent in our ranks is unacceptable for research progress. Being pulled in two directions. I want to stay the course and not listen to this new, shady influence behind the curtain. Who is the Justicar getting his orders from anyway? My loyalty is a liability here now. Perhaps I should flee before the rift becomes inescapable. I hate to leave my white mantle brothers and sisters, but I will not follow someone who does not reveal themselves while issuing threats so liberally.
Must have survived in his chest.
What's it say?
It was the White Mantle, all right. Apparently, they've been prodding the Bloodstone for some time now. But it also hints at some sort of splintering within their group and a divisive leader. Must be Codicus.
The Legate Minister? I should stop by Divinity's Reach more often. Out of the loop.
Yeah. Been too busy traversing a jungle.
Some more Bloodstone here. Can't believe this operation was happening under our noses this whole time. This doesn't work.
Ooh. Here, that ability right there lets me reflect bad stuff back to my enemy, who is a blade if they're a Bloodstone enemy. Ah, did not back out of that fast enough. Aha! That was quite the little victory cheer there.
Commander, before we go any further, I want to clear the air.
Here? Why would I expect any different? Your timing has always been perfect.
See, that's why I have to speak now. I know you're still upset with me, and you have every right to be. I can't take back what happened, but I can tell you I know what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. My wild hunt, Mordremoth's voice, they were tearing at each other, and sometimes I didn't know which was which. I was very confused, and I felt like the only person I could trust was me.
That's the very time you should have leaned on your friends.
Don't you see? I didn't know who my friends were. Enemies, friends, even Fowler. It was all grey. I wish I would have trusted you, but I didn't. And now that's in the past. All I can do is hope you'll forgive me in the future.
Keith.
You don't have to respond now. I want you to think about it, so your decision is considered.
Okay, well, let's see if our little experiment works.
I mean, we're working together, so I've obviously forgiven you at least some. What? Where did you guys come from? Whatever. Oh! There's a bunch of white mantle down there. Okay. They all teleported to Keith, apparently. Come on, teleport up here. Whoever's down there. Get up here. We can kill you. Do I have to go back down there and get them? Okay, there we go. They couldn't make it up. Even though they were a mesmer and they were the person who could make the portals. Alright, Keith, let's get back up here.
Ready? And I'll take care of releasing their magic.
Then what?
Then we cross our fingers that we jumpstart the magic echo and don't blow ourselves to smithereens.
This doesn't seem like the best plan.
What was that? What happened?
Where you were standing, there was only a brilliant light, devouring magic. Then some people behind the light didn't look so lucky. These silhouettes.
They must have been vaporized by the blast.
Who would have done this purposefully?
Someone who just absorbed the lion's share of a bloodstone's worth of magic. Could have been Codicus. I have to find Canuck and warn him, if he's still alive.
Yeah.
Commander! Are you up there? Sounds like someone's looking for you.
Shining Blade, paratrooper.
Commander, Canuck ordered us to find you. Minister Codicus is in the area.
He's alive. I need to tell him about what we just witnessed. Point me in the right direction. Kaith?
You know what? I think I'll stay a moment. Maybe poke around some more.
Are you sure? Will you be okay?
It's fine, Commander. Remember? I'm a shadow.
No.
Finished with that.
It's fine, because I'm just a shadow. Alright. We did it! Right in the ley line, wee! What's really nice is these Bloodstone Fen gliding abilities. You can use them in a couple other spots in the game, and one of them is End of Dragons during the boss fight. So End of Dragons is one of those maps where the entire map is a giant meta event, and yeah, it's handy and dandy for sure. Oh, why did I do it like that? Another bag of loot. Let's see. A bag of loot here. Where's the rest of the loot? Bag of loot. Where's the last one? That's not the bag of loot. Maybe it was the other direction. Whoops, I didn't finish killing this loser. There we go, now he's dead. Well, maybe it failed. Oh, there it is. Right. Wow, that script got far. That script got really far. Okay, well, whatever. Anywho, let's go. Story instance. Yes, Confessor's Stronghold. Let's go. Canuck and Marjorie and Redlock.
Canuck, glad to see you're alive. I was afraid you'd been caught in the blast.
We almost were, but then, not.
Me too. Your troops?
Some of them are still looking for you, and the rest are forming a perimeter around this place. I wanted to deal with the Minister privately. I really only need you there to corroborate events, should they go south. Plus, I ran into these two delinquents and figured Dragon's Watch could certainly handle it.
Marjorie, Ridlock. Showed up just in time to help us track down Codicus.
It was all anyone could talk about in Divinity's Reach. Canuck, you're here under the orders
Countess Anise is very concerned about Codicus's well-being. I'm to return him home, unless the innocent until proven guilty minister does something to change those plans.
She must be very hopeful your plans change.
I was instructed to be tight-lipped about it, but I will say this. Yes.
Before we find him, Codicus may have been the someone who consumed the Bloodstone's magic. If it's true, he may be a little stronger than we all remember.
If he did, We can't just let him loose on Kryda. Or maybe all of Tyria is his prize this time.
I only want to be off Anis's leash. Saving the world would just be a corollary benefit.
We have company.
No one crosses the White Mantle.
I'll surely succeed where others failed.
I'll surely succeed where others failed. Wow, that is some confidence, buddy. I mean, it's totally misguided. You're about to die, but good job on being confident. I wish I had that kind of confidence. I will surely succeed where others failed. Well, I suppose that's true about my life in some things. I haven't done anything illegal, so I'm already doing better than my parents. Wow, there's a lot of these guys. Maybe I should have dropped turrets. I wasn't expecting this many of you. I vaguely remember coming back here for the Return to events, but I like skipped as much as possible.
Guards aren't affected by the bloodstone like the others I fought. They must have arrived after the explosion.
Then they came with Codicus. We're close. Watch your step. Whatever this place was,
That one snuck up
it was
on
meant to keep the unwary at bay. Too close to this bloodstone. Strength has left my limbs.
Any counter magic measures up your sleeve, Commander?
I just did it. Didn't you see?
Nice work, Commander. Now, if I could persuade you to take care of the others.
Consider me persuaded, but whoops. In the words of Ritlock, oh, that one snuck up on me.
Countering the magic of these bloodstones returns whatever magical properties it absorbed. I know a certain big-eared Asura who'd love to be here to study this.
I heard that.
Perfect. Shields.
How do we bring them down?
Draw off the magic. Catch the shield through the cracks.
I killed it. I have to kill it again just because she talked? And I killed it too fast? Why is the shield still there? What? How many times do I gotta kill this? Do I need to kill this one instead? Maybe I just need to start with a different one. I'm very confused. Why isn't this working? It's not actually removing the shields. Do I have to kill both bloodstone shards? Oh my gosh, I can't keep him dead long enough. Use this to remove the shields. Okay, I clicked it instead of hitting my key. That help? Oh! Oh! Oh, I feel dumb. I know what it is. I remember this now. Memory suddenly came to me. You gotta walk the laser between you, the guy, and the guy has to be in the middle of the... Suddenly my memory came back to me. Could not remember for the life of me for a couple of minutes there. And suddenly my memory worked.
Unstable bloodstone chains drain whatever energy gets nearby.
If the commander is right about Cauticus absorbing bloodstone magic, that may prove handy.
Alright. Let's go, little buddies.
Sounds like we might have something ahead.
Let me take the lead, Ritlock. I was given specific orders on how this was supposed to be executed. And I don't need you to defile it with your inclination to blindly smite.
If that's a blindfold crack.
Care to take the door, Commander?
Yes, I'll use my boot key.
Mr. Cauticus, you have obviously... Oh, he's not here. Ritlock, smite away.
My pleasure.
You'll never take him!
Justicar Adrian. Stop running around everywhere, woman. Hold still, Justicar Adrian.
He's not yours to keep, fanatic.
These fools must be taught their place. Magic from bloodstones empowers me. What do you have? Nothing.
What do I have?
I feel the magic.
The ability to remove your shield, lady. Can't believe I forgot how to do that when I first saw those guys for like 2 whole minutes. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Kill the fool before my shield is drained again.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Justicar, Adrian. You and your arrogance are gonna go down. Whoa, not if I stand in that though, holy crap. You sound a little power hungry, girl. Let me. Trying to stay ahead of her. You... No. There we go.
This is impossible. Magic is being trained from my shield. That's a clever little trick.
I've done it to you 3 times now, and you just now think it's clever? Why did I stand in that? I should have just dodged. I was too busy looking at the little healy thingy. We won't take...
Why do you think Codicus wanted them to collect bloodstones?
Hopefully to weigh his pockets down while he jumped in a lake.
He can't be far now. Move along, everyone.
Loose magic here has certainly turned this area into a war zone.
So, Commander, you really think Codicus caused the blast to reverse itself?
Possibly. Keith and I found Ground Zero and determined something or someone soaked up the lion's share of magic.
His escape does seem conveniently timed to be in the right place at the right time.
Keith, what was she doing here?
Investigating the blast. She asked that I forgive her for stealing the egg and everything.
I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't think people can change that much.
Ever the cynic.
See? Point proven. I'll never change either. Ask Casimir.
It would be hard for me to blame Keith for her actions while Mordremoth was alive. But let's save the philosophical arguments until after the minister is dealt with.
Then let's lay the man to rest.
I think you mean return him to safety.
I'll never understand human politics.
Why do I look like I'm repeating myself? You follow my orders.
Oh, that definitely sounds like him.
Where these delusions are coming from, there is one white mantle. Do you hear me? One!
Minister, I understand, but...
But, quiet! Now tell me again what this pile of rocks can do. Are there magic words? How powerful is it? Well?
That's him, all right.
Reminds me of a boss I had at the cotton candy stands when I was younger.
Everyone ready to crash his party? Time for your foot key, Commander.
Yeah, Canuck likes my foot key, me kicking down doors. This reminds me of way back when we did Codicus's Manor. And Alright, here we go!
Mr. Codicus, you've obviously been taken prisoner by these white mantle zealots. I'm here to rescue you and return you to the royal palace.
Let's drop the charade, shall we, you ignorant thief? I will not be returning to Divinity's Reach until I wear the crown.
So I'm clear. You're admitting you're associated with the White Mantle?
Are you quite touched? I'm their supreme leader, and they will carry me all the way to the throne of Kryta.
Commander, did you witness that?
I did.
Then by the providence granted to me by Countess Anise, I hereby pass sentence on you, Codicus Beetlestone. Today is your last day on Tyria. Allow my blade to bid you farewell.
Get them! Turn this thing on!
Dun
What do you
dun.
think of my latest find, Commander? Was a bit of a fixer-upper who loves a few bloodstones.
I believe it's safe to assume Codicus didn't absorb the Bloodstone's magic. Otherwise he'd be down here himself.
I want to see this thing grab the Kryta! Get in there and save it!
I hit N. Come on. Let me cross. Come on, break that shield. Oh no, I need birthday cake. Okay, phew.
You will not stop me! The Krytan throne was built upon White Mantle blood, and we are its rightful heirs.
Dun dun dun!
You are a heretic, Codicus, and you shall lead no White Mantle, for I am their god.
What? It can't be.
I am the last Mordremoth. Many years ago, you knew me as Lazarus the Dire. I have returned from the brink of existence.
No! You are a false god! The White Mantle is mine! Don't listen to him!
Empty words, formed by the forked tongue of a snake. The human seat of power and its current monarch are inconsequential. We are destined to face more virtuous pursuits. My true believers, you're welcome to seek shelter in my light. To those who doubt, you're welcome to burn.
Canuck, go now!
Don't stand there with your mouth agape! Get me out of here!
No! Mesmers!
Sorry, Montre, no offense to Kaz.
Helpful if they're on your side. Annoying if they're not. I understand.
He's gone.
I'm sorry, Canuck. However I can help to catch him.
Doesn't look like there's any sign of Lazarus either. The Mersat alive. We should immediately warn the Queen, but he appeared to be disinterested in Krega.
Surprisingly different from the last time the Mersat were sticking their creepy bird feet where they didn't belong.
Marjorie, weren't you just saying something about people not being able to change?
A virtuous pursuit could mean a lot of things to a Mersat. But I'll admit, I'm curious.
Yeah, they might think it's noble to make a necklace out of your teeth.
With Codicus not displaying any signs of excess power, I think we have to assume Lazarus was the one behind the blast. We need to find him, get an idea of what he's planning to do with all that magic.
Codicus will want to hunt him down too. He won't readily surrender control of the White Mantle. One will inevitably lead us to the other.
Then this will be a good way to start the new guild. A crisis. But hopefully not a world-ending crisis.
It's how I prefer my crises.
Commander, can you read me? I have some news.
I'm here, Timey. What do you have?
Something possibly slightly, marginally cataclysmic. I managed to finally get detailed lay readings from the map and determined, well...
What is it?
Primordis is active.
See? So, Heart of Thorns is an expansion, right? But the Living World seasons are like miniature expansions. And, yeah, that escalated quickly. We went from, yay, we killed Mordremoth and the egg is safe, to, oh no, there's a Mersat. Codicus is still being a loser, but now he's doing it openly instead of in the shadows. And, Primordis is active. So, we officially beat Out of Shadows. It's all done. And the next story will be Rising Flames. But apparently we have to finish this instance first. Okay.
Looks like it's time to test the new guild's mettle. Into the fire we go.
A dragon and a Mersat. Can't help but feel like we're surrounded.
I understand your priority will be the dragon. Mine, however, is unfortunately spoken for.
Mm-hmm. It's all good, buddy. I'm gonna help everybody, because that's what I do. I'm a hero. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of ghosts. See, I mentioned before, there were lots of ghosts on that area. Okay, so now we should be able to... So if we say continue Living World Season 3, it'll start us into Rising Flames. Use the gate in Rodasum to travel to Rodanovus. Hey, we didn't have to have a letter this time to tell us that. Unbound magic! But yeah, there's 3 metas here in this, and in this map, and I don't know that we want to do them or not, because I don't remember. Let's see. They already beat Ghost Habulon because it says that the ghosts are at rest. Yeah, I don't know if we want to stay here and wait around for the metas to start. Or, you know, one of the metas to start. One of them starts during the day only. And right now it's nighttime. If I remember right. No, actually I think the one that's down here does start during the night. Because it's the ghosts. Another treasure mushroom. Yeah, I think patrolling Justicar, that's I think the one that you have to kill. And then there'll be like 5 white mantle peeps. Well, that person was just running, so... Yeah, I'm gonna say, do we really want to, like, hang around here waiting for some metas? Not so much, I think it's fine. We'll just leave. So, Bloodstone Fen, there is stuff to do here, but yeah. Good enough. We did the story, we explored the map. It's one of the smaller, easier maps to explore in the whole game. And a lot of stuff came out besides the map when this came out. Like, again, the ley line anomaly and Bloodstone crazed bosses and stuff like that. They're all accessible on other maps. They're not really on this map, so... I'm not getting that after all. That is extremely guarded. Someone's dead right here. I will help you res your friend. There you go. Ooh, bags of loot again? Wow, Skritter. Script burglars are in high population on this map today. I don't usually see quite this many of them. Nice. Free loot. Alright, so we are supposed to go to Roddynovus to do, the next part of the story, but I don't know if I want to start it. There is some stuff I need to get done still today, and I don't think there'll be enough time to get very far into it. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it good, and we'll do it tomorrow, and then that way tomorrow's stream will just be at the next area. There will be a new map added and new currency, but still Unbound Magic as well, and more story and all that. Tomorrow I do have an appointment in the afternoon, so I will have to stop streaming. Probably by this same time or so tomorrow, so we'll see how far we get. But yeah, for now, this is good enough. And we will go to Rodasum, and then we'll just drop ourselves off right there. Thanks for watching if you did, and all that. Rodasum. All right, we're here. Actually, I'm gonna go throw some of this in the bank.
Excellent. Ideas are like cream. Good ones rise to the top.
E. good enough, I think. Hello, vendor. Can you please take my gray items and leave me not with all that junk? Oh, alright, cool. Oh, something sold. 3 gold. That's lower than usual. That's okay, though. Alright. Now, we'll continue this probably tomorrow. Thanks if you watched, and have a great day.